Welcome to Menagerie Madness, where we have 88 animals competing against one another, where you will help us determine what the greatest animal of all time is. Okay, we're going to start this week off with a match between coyotes and quails. Coyotes win it, no doubt. I'm sorry, did you say something? Coyotes, man, they beat quails. I'm telling you, it's like coyotes, man. They're like halfway between a dog and a wolf. And quails, they're nothing but birds. So coyotes would come in and just, rah, 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 just rip the quails apart, man. That's not how it works here on Menagerie Madness. Okay, folks, vote. Which one do you like better, coyotes or quails? We should have the results on Saturday. Welcome back to Menagerie Madness, where we have 88 animals competing against one another in one-on-one matches, where you will help us determine what the greatest animal of all time is. Okay, our next match is between cheetahs and orangutans. Which do you like better?
My money's on the cheetahs, Steve. They're faster than lightning. They come in, all claws, rah, rah, rah. Orangutans, I don't care how strong they are, they're fat and slow, and the cheetah just ripping shreds, man.
Myron, I'm going to stop you there, okay? Let me explain this to you. That's not how it works here on Menagerie Madness. We're not trying to decide which animal would win in a fight. We're simply just trying to decide what animal we like better.
Well, Steve, if I'm going to pick the best animal, I'm going to pick the animal that would win in a fight.
You know, you might be onto something there. Welcome to Menagerie Madness, where we have 88 animals competing against one another in one-on-one matches, where you will help us determine what the greatest animal of all time is. Today, we've got a battle of insects as black widows take on ladybugs. Which do you like better, black widows or ladybugs? Myron, why don't you put your 2 cents into it?
This is how I see it, Steve. The black widow, she'd use all her sexy spider powers on the ladybug, seduce her into some lesbian insect action, right? And then when they done getting their freak on, black widow's gonna do what black widow's gonna do. She's gonna bite the head off that poor ladybug. Yeah.
Okay, but I'm pretty sure that there are black widows and ladybugs that aren't female. So how would that work out if it's 2 dudes?
Well, I'm thinking if it's 2 dude insects, they put aside the differences. Maybe talk about what their favorite show tunes is or whatnot. Get themselves a tandem bike. Go have a picnic in the park. That's what they do.
Okay, welcome back to Menagerie Madness, where we have 88 animals taking on one another in one-on-one matches, where you will help us determine what the greatest animal of all time is. Today, we got a battle of the seas as blue whales take on lobsters. Which one do you like better, blue whales or lobsters? Vote now. Okay, Myron, who you got in a one-on-one match between a blue whale and a lobster? Who's going to win that fight?
For that one, I think we're going to get a draw, Steve. No clear winner on that.
How did you get a draw out of that? I mean, a great white could just swoop in and eat all the lobsters it wants. They'd have no resistance against it.
Okay, aha, but that big whale, he's going to get food poisoning from all them lobsters. You ever break open the lobster and there's all this green crap inside of it? Well, that's what the whale's going to eat. It's going to make him sick, and he's going to be floating to the top before you know it. So, that's a draw.
Welcome to Menagerie Madness, where we have 88 animals competing against one another in one-on-one matches, where you will help us determine what the greatest animal of all time is. Okay, tonight we have the fight of the feathers as chickens take on ostriches. Which do you like better, chickens or ostriches? Vote now. Okay, Myron, our fighting man, who's going to win the fight? Chickens versus ostriches? I'm guessing ostriches, based on their size.
Ah, yeah, you would think that, right? They're shaped like velociraptors of all things. But here's the thing about ostriches you gotta remember, Steve. They're big wusses. They're gonna stick their heads in the sand if there's any sign of trouble. Then the chickens, they're gonna come in, and it's like, you ever seen a cockfight? They'll cut that ostrich into bits, man.
The chickens aren't gonna fight. They're wimps. They're cowards. They're They're chickens! Welcome to Menagerie Madness, where we have 88 animals competing against one another on one-on-one matches, where you will help us determine what the greatest animal of all time is. Today, we've got a true David versus Goliath match here, as flies take on great white sharks. Okay, which one do you like better, flies or great white sharks? Okay, Myron, tell us who's going to win in a fight between flies and great whites. Like you need to tell.
All depends on where the fight is. Now, if it's in the water, the sharks, they got the advantage. Fly will be flying above the water, shark will come jumping out, roaring, rah! Right? Swallow that fly whole. But if it's on land, I'm telling you, the flies are going to win that fight.
Okay, but even if it was on land, I mean, flies would still be flies going up against great white sharks. How are they going to win that one?
That's just it, Steve. They don't gotta win no fight. They could just, flee away, go see a movie, go get something to eat, swing by the spider's place, have some tea in the parlor, and then come back. And guess what? The shark that's out of the water, he done suffocated to death, so the flies win the fight.
Welcome to Menagerie Madness, where we have 88 animals competing against one another in one-on-one matches, where you will help us determine what the greatest animal of all time is. Okay, in our last match of this week, we've got the mighty elephants taking on the little tapirs. Which do you like better, the magnificent elephant or this thing called tapir, which is just a cross between pigs and anteaters? All right, Myron, I don't feel like I have to ask this, but who would win in a fight? Elephants or tapirs?
I'm gonna say tapirs for the men.
Wait. Call me biased, seeing how elephants is my favorite animal, but I'm pretty goddamn sure they would clobber the shit out of tapirs.
Okay, but tapirs are like wicked smart, like Stephen Hawking smart, right? So what they're gonna do is they're gonna take the little hooves and they're gonna build a giant pit. Then they're gonna grab like branches and just put it over the pit, and then they're gonna trick the elephants into walking over them branches and falling in the pits. Then once they got the elephants in the pits, they're gonna take stones and start throwing them down till they kill the elephant. Cause that's what tapirs do, man. Tapirs.
Okay, no. Only man is smart enough to do that, okay? Tapirs are not going to trap elephants.
It's tapirs.
No, elephants.
Oh,
I will
yeah?
fight you on this.
Yeah, I think we'll fight. You're fired.